All right, so it is around. Let's show the time here. 6:24 a.m. West Coast time, and what I'm going for here is an opening range breakout pre-market. So let's see here. This is a 6:15 candle that is still forming. We're gonna wait until that does finish forming, which will be by market open, and see which way it breaks out to. And after we get a breakout, I want to see a retest within the midpoint of the 15-minute candle. So, for example, let's just use this for an example. This candle's already finished. I just want to see a midpoint. This midpoint over here get retested, and then look for a CISD. That way, I can apply standard deviation to target potential levels, untested levels, whether that's London high or London low. But for the meantime, we still have about like 5 minutes until this candle finishes forming. So until then, I'll stop the recording for now, and then yeah, catch you guys in a bit. All right, back. We have about 1 more minute until market opens, so we will see how this plays out. Looks like the candle is about to finish up closing. Oh, getting a higher push to the upside. Look at that finish. Alright, now let's drop down to the 1 minute. Looks like market's starting to break to the upside. Yep. Slipped out the liquidity right over here. Okay, so we got a sweep of London high, applied standard deviation on a previous leg that swept out all of these, to which then we get a C ISD right over here. SSD. And as you can see, -1 does align with London high, and I always usually want to see that get taken out, because then we could look for a retracement on the way back down to the orb. Apply the same thing here on ES. Orb. Now let's drop. As you can see here, we do have an SMT forming with NQ already sweeping out the London high, and ES is just straight up lacking. So we will see how this plays out. I do believe that it is going to want to catch up, but just want to see a retest point. I can see this 0.62 range being a possibility for a retracement due to discount, but we gotta react. Don't predict, react. Let's see what aligns with over here. I want to see what -2 and -2.5 range align with, and they both align with absolutely nothing. What is this one? This was New York AM from previous day. Keep that in check. Is there 1 hour? Nothing 1 hour, 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minute fair value gap right over here. One's right there. And this is a bearish gap. Dropping back. See, we are getting a retracement back into the zone, so let's see what exactly it does. And once we do get a retest, I want to see possibly an inverse. See, we're retesting that level where we broke out from. It's a good reaction off the zone though, since we are initially looking for longs. Dude, I gotta go to my volunteer hours in like less than 30 minutes, so we will see how that goes out, because it's my last week, fortunately. So after this week, both Tuesday and Wednesdays are going to be safe spots for me, at least to be able to trade, and in which I could then, bro, come on, bro, to which then I could consistently start possibly uploading these videos. But we shall see. One thing I do like to notice as well is that by 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, if we don't get a good retest off of the opening range breakout, then by then we have already missed our move, in which it's GG's after that. See the big push, big push. See you whip it, shark, could treat you right. Give me just a minute of your time tonight. We both are here having fun, so let it whip. I want to see what trading view. I want to see the taking. Oh, wait a minute. $6.50. And that was January 2nd. Holy crap. Far out. Regardless, still into play. Wow, we are chopping though. Let's see if we can find some. 30-second inverses. Not really. I mean, it did break out over here, but manipulation. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Big push. "30-second fair value gap formed right over here." What the heck? Oh, ran through. Alright, let's disregard that. About 6:40 now. 10 minutes into market open, and we still are not getting any test over here. We are getting good reactions though off of the the opening range breakout zone, to which we're dipping into the zone, which is this box over here. We're getting good reactions on the way back to the upside, which initially is our bias longs, just to see. But it's not as clear, you know. What I mean by that is that, like, sure, we're going for longs, but I'm not seeing a clear setup to where it's just screaming obvious at me. So until then, yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a setup to present itself. Dang though, my cat's trying to play. Yeah. Shit. Holy chop. I'm also, also looking at ES to see if they have a test within the midpoint of the opening range breakout as well. And if we do, then at that point, that's when I'm trying to look for a good reaction. See, look at this. Look at this candle. Holy crap. Dip any lower, 0.5 range possibly. Yep, dipped into there, 0.62. Dude, that candle forming is scary. Holy crap, look at how volatile that is. That's insane. But I want to see if it tests within the 0.62 range. Okay. We do have a 1 minute bearish fair value gap right here. We did get a test within the 0.5 range. If we were to inverse this, I would possibly want to get in this trade, but it's a little tricky because at that point I would not have like a break even point. I mean, I guess this could be a break even point, but it's not like I'm not too comfortable with that. I might get into this trade due to this inverse. That's all I'm looking for, to be honest. I'm getting in there.
Order filled.
Alright. And now we will see how this plays out. Risking about 500 for 1 to 3 to gain 1500. And then this will be set to my break even point. Now we wait. I'm liking that push very much. It's always so nervy, getting into a trade, but it's a part of the game. You gotta be uncomfortable. Otherwise, what's the point of taking a trade? What's the point of being able to do this? And usually for my break-even point, I would always want to look for a candle closure, but we'll see how this candle closes. That's a very good candle though. I like that. So after this candle closes, I will break even, but if not, I'm just let it be. But I want a candle closure over my break-even point. And we have about 7 seconds. 4.
Order filled.
Just like that. Done for the day. 1500. Dang, that was quick. Let me see my execution points. 1 to 3. So that was a 12.5. Yeah, 12.5. Stop loss, risking, like I said, just about 500. Look at that. Beautiful. Risking about 500 and getting 1500. This still is a combine, but we just want the 1500. Anyways, let's see the execution points. Yep, got in on this candle and out here. So beautiful. That is the trade for today, and that's within 15 minutes within market open. Hope y'all like that. So catch y'all. Peace.